All right, well, welcome back. We had to restart this class because we had a real problem with echo and the sound quality, so we're just hoping this is going to be better. So guys, come along back in. Let's see what we've got. And I think we're just going to have to persevere through it if we haven't got any improvement. How does it sound to you? Any better?
Hello?
Hi guys,
Yes.
can you hear me
Hello.
okay?
Hello?
Yes, I heard well. No echo.
There
All
is
right,
no echo
success.
now.
Woohoo, it works. Amazing. All right, well, that was a slight interruption, but anyway, we'll keep going. So we'll just carry on while we're waiting for everyone to come back in. What I'm going to do, guys, is to give you the link for our reading. So it's in the chat box there. I'll paste it into the Google chat too. And I'm going to do a screen share so that we can read along together. So you are welcome to load this up in your own window if you prefer. So have a look here. We've just done a little introduction to the Cook Islands. And we're going to read today about what you can do there. So this is entitled Barefoot in a Polynesian Paradise. Polynesian is basically the ethnicity of the people who originate from the Cook Islands. And it's quite with great art and music. So let's get started, shall we? Without further ado, thank you, Adrian and Anton, and we'll come back to you later for some more reading, but we'll get on with Faisal if you're there, Faisal. Perhaps not. We haven't been able to talk to him today much, have we? Are you there? Goodness gracious. All right, Faisal, we'll have to come back to you. Giuseppe, are you there?
Yes.
Excellent. All right, Giuseppe, would you mind reading for us? I'm going to scroll down past the beautiful picture. This is Rarotonga, the main island. And if you could please read and just read a couple of paragraphs until I tell you to pause.
Okay, but Tura didn't look like a typical hiking companion, dressed in a loincloth with a blonde dreadlocks down to his shoulder blades. He walked barefoot and bare-chested through the thick jungle as we explored the highlands interior of a tangled forest and fungal-like peaks.
All right, just pause there because there's a picture blocking us from the next one. I just want to talk about it. So thank you. That was great reading, Giuseppe. What I like to do, guys, is to read a little part and then we'll just discuss any words that we have any issues with. I'll let you know if there's any improvements you can make in your pronunciation, excuse me, and you can ask me any questions. So, thanks for starting us off. Does anyone have any questions about vocabulary? Everyone understand all of this stuff?
Loincloth?
Loincloth. Does anyone know what a loincloth is?
It's like a I don't know the right word in English, but
Okay.
but I got it.
It's a little bit awkward, isn't it, Giuseppe, to explain?
Yeah, yeah. Oh.
All right, let me have a go. I'll take the weight off your shoulders. A loincloth is, if you think of the character Tarzan, right? He's that guy who flies through the jungle. He doesn't wear any clothes, but he wears a kind of a nappy type thing, just to cover up his private areas, shall we say. A loincloth is basically that. It's just something a man wears, like a white kind of cloth wrapped around him. It's not really proper clothes.
Okay, thank you.
Does everyone understand? Yeah? Okay, any other questions? Does anyone know what dreadlocks are?
Dreadlock, it's a Rasta hairstyle.
Yes, exactly. It's a Rastafarian hairstyle. So you have these kind of big tubes of hair glued together, or at least that's what it looks like. And you don't have to brush your hair ever, which is why lots of boys like them, I think. All right, any others?
What is it? Bare-chested?
Okay, this is another kind of jungle man type of thing to do. Basically, it means that you don't have a shirt on. It means your chest is bare. It doesn't have clothes.
All right.
All right, and does anyone want to explain the word fang? What's a fang?
Could be a kind of mouth.
Yes, it's not actually, it's to do with your mouth, Rafa, but it's a tooth. It's a sharp, pointed tooth like a vampire has. A vampire tooth is like a fang.
Mhm.
Oh, mud. I didn't hear you properly. Yeah, so a fang is actually a tooth. A pointed one. So the peaks are the mountain peaks, and they look like fangs. All right, let's continue reading. Some great pictures to look at too. Giuseppe, could you read one more, please, from We Were Traversing?
Okay, we were traversing Rarotonga, the largest and the most populous of the Cook Islands, an archipelago in the middle of a Pacific Ocean. Visitors typically come to this Polynesian paradise to laze and play among its beaches and reefs. But the tourists, known to virtually everyone on the island as just PA, half-day cross-island trek, provides a rare chance to explore the island's inner heart.
Beautiful. Thank you, Giuseppe. One tiny word. This one here is rare.
Rare.
Rare. Yeah, it rhymes with hair, the hair on your head, so just remember that, okay?
Okay.
All right, any questions about vocab or meaning?
Teacher, question.
Sure.
At the third line, Polynesian paradise to laze. What is mean of laze?
To laze. Does anyone know what to laze means?
To be lazy or to be
Yeah.
something sleep or something do nothing.
Exactly right. It basically means to do nothing. To relax, to just enjoy yourself, basically. So to be, if you want to use the word lazy, say to be lazy, okay? Not to do laziness. To be lazy. Yep.
Okay.
Any others?
Maybe inner heart. Inner what? Inner heart.
Sorry, I didn't quite catch that. Could you repeat what you just said?
Inner heart. Inner heart. The last word.
Inner heart.
Okay.
In the end of the paragraph.
Inner heart. Sorry, I just was having problems hearing your connection. It wasn't your pronunciation, Shafar. Did you mean this one here, inner heart?
Inner heart.
Inner heart. So, what everybody, I think, should know what this word is. Your heart is the thing inside you which keeps you alive, right? It beats, the red thing. Boom, 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 boom. And this is the metaphorical inner heart, as in the inner or the center or the most, I don't know, part where the life comes from in the island. So it's a metaphorical thing, Shafar, okay?
Yes.
All right. Well done, everybody. Look at the water. Just makes you want to go swimming, or it does for me. All right, we're going to keep on reading, and let's see who's next. It is Ismail. Hi, Ismail. I haven't even said hi to you yet.
Hi, teacher.
Nice to see you. How are you?
I am fine, thank you. How are you, teacher?
Good. I'm great, thank you, Ismail. Ismail, would you be able to read, please, from a former champion?
A former champion swimmer and surf lifesaver, Pa has been guiding hikers across Rarotonga for almost 30 years. The first time I did this trek was 10 May 1985, and as of today I have trekked it 4,388 times. Pa taught our group as we gathered near the island north coast. It's that longevity that saw him honored with the Outstanding Contribution to Tourism Prize at the 2013 Cook Island Tourism Awards. The most outstanding of the numbers, however, is Pa's age. Though he won't reveal the exact figure, he is in his 70s and still makes this step and humid crossing 3 times a week, walking with the ease and strength of someone half his age.
Well done, thank you, Ismail. That was great. Let's have a look at just a few words. So the first one here is may, not my, but may.
May.
Better, much better. Yep, this one here is trekked.
Trekked.
Perfect.
Trekked.
Good. This one is honoured, not honoured, but silent H, honoured.
Honored.
Perfect. And the last one is figure. So a hard G, figure.
Figure.
Perfect. Well done. Thank you. All right, let's talk about this, guys. We've got, you can see here in the picture, now you can see what the loincloth is, right? And you can also see he's bare-chested apart from this, I don't know exactly what that is, some kind of a plant-type necklace thing. So does anyone have any questions about this little part, or did we understand everything? No? A good thing to do, guys, is just to make a note, maybe even in the chat box, of anything that you don't understand as we read. And then when I ask you, you can be ready to let me know. But are we sure that we understood everything here? Not too hard? Yeah.
Longevity, maybe. What does it mean? Longevity.
Longevity. Good question. Does anyone know?
Too young.
Living for a long time.
Yes, exactly. Longevity is basically how long you live for. So this guy has lived for a long time. It means he's old, basically. But it's a positive word in that it means like you're still having a great life and you've lasted a long time. Okay? All right, well done. Let's see who we've got next. Rafa from Born and Raised, please.
Born and raised on Rarotonga, Pa moved 3,000 kilometers to Auckland when he was 15, following a common path among Islanders who head to New Zealand for greater opportunities. All Cook Islanders are also New Zealand citizens. Here, he won surf ski competitions and marathon swim races, working for a time as a surf lifesaver on Auckland's wild Piha Beach. In 1985, he swam solo between the South Pacific island of Moorea and Tahiti, a 22 kilometers ocean crossing. A scar on his arm tells of a shark attack during that swim.
Thanks, Rafa. Oh my goodness, he sounds crazy, doesn't he, guys? Or maybe not quite crazy, but a shark attack sounds pretty scary. Rafa, that was a really great reading. Just a few words with a couple of things. So this one here, weirdly, we have an S in the word, but it's silent. So we have the words island and islanders.
Islanders.
Yeah. And this one here is greater.
Greater.
Yes. And the last one, not sky, which is SKY. This is ski.
Ski.
Yeah, as in the sport that you use with those big long paddles on your feet, either in the ocean, which is water skiing, or the mountains, which is just normal skiing. All right, so anyone have any questions about the words or what's going on? Do we understand what's happening?
Yes. I have a question. Solo
Sure.
is an English word?
Yes, it is, and it doesn't mean only, it means by yourself, alone in English.
Yes, I know. It's like in Spanish, but it's the first time that I see solo.
Yeah,
in-
in English.
yes, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It's an English word. It just has a different meaning. So a couple of exactly. So Shafar's given an example. If you're a soloist, it means that you play something or you sing something by yourself.
Yes.
Or you could be a solo parent. That means that you raise your children, you bring up your children without one of the other parents. So just a mom or just a dad.
Okay, thank you.
No worries. Okay. Any other questions? No? Okay, so Samuel, if you can read from Returning, please.
All right. Returning to the Cook Island in the early 1980s. Today, Paz' bare feet are very much on the ground, as he guides hikers through the hunger. He brings a sense of reverence and respect to an island much affected by settlement, agriculture, and tourism.
Great. Keep going. Down to here.
All right. On the morning of our trek, Pa collected our group of 8 workers from various Rarotonga hotels, cycling the Island Ring Road. There were several unscheduled stops as he delivered natural remedies to the island sick. Family have been medicine men and women for many generations, and as a child he learned about natural remedies from his grandmother. Today he gathers ingredients from his garden, and the hunger beyond continuing the family tradition of natural healing.
Excellent. Well done, Samuel. Thank you. Okay, just a couple of things. Just a reminder to you, but not just to you, to everybody. So this word here, I know it has an S at the beginning. It's very confusing, but actually we don't pronounce the S. So it's as if it's not there. So it's island, as if you have the word I plus land. It's literally pronounced like that, okay? Island. It's kind of weird. Just a reminder to everybody. Samuel, this word here has a J sound in English, so it's jungle.
Jungle.
Yeah, that's better. And tourism, we have the emphasis on the first syllable, so it's tourism rather than tourism, okay?
Tourism.
No, other way around. Tourism.
Tourism.
Yeah, that's better. Okay, this one is not trick, but trek.
Trek.
Yeah, so just be careful, or type the 2 words in the box for you. Trek and trick. Slightly different vowel sounds.
Trek, trick.
And then another one which is just to do with vowel sounds is this one. So it's circling, not cycling.
Circling.
Yeah, that's better. Just because it sounded like you were saying cycling, which could be possible as well, but it's not in this case. And then the last one here is again, generations.
Generation.
Great, well done. Okay, questions, anybody? No? All right, I'll let you think about that. Yes?
What is his delete? Oh.
Sorry, Samuel, didn't quite catch that.
Right. No.
Unscheduled. Unscheduled.
So,
Does anyone know what unscheduled means?
unscheduled. Oof.
Something that is improvised.
Yeah,
There's no,
basically.
All right.
Yeah.
there's no
So it means-
special timetable, maybe.
Yeah, very close, guys. Basically, it means not planned. So you didn't plan to have those stops, but then suddenly someone was like, "Oh, let's stop here," and then they decide to get out. So spontaneous, not planned, any of those. Great.
Okay.
Okay, so if you've got any other questions, just have a think about those for a second. I'm going to ask Giuseppe. Can you tell me, Giuseppe, what basically have we learned so far? Who is this guy and what does he do?
Well, this guy looks like an aborigine and a man who lived so far.
Yep.
Aboriginal man who lived in this island, providing and guiding people to the mountain in the inner of the jungle and so on. But so and this man, what can I say? This man has a lot of respect for the nature. That's why he walked without any shoes. That's why he walked without any shoes, because he thinks about the mother ground. Because and he has a lot of respect for the nature and the animals and a lot of respect for all about the nature in itself.
Well done, Giuseppe, that's great. Perfect. I couldn't have said it better. So he's got a lot of respect for his native country, and he now spends his time showing other people around. And he looks like he's from there, doesn't he? His clothes and everything. All right, so Shafar, it's your turn to read. And we're going to go to I give to life, I believe. Yeah. Here we go. This part here, please. Shafar.
Okay. I give life to life. He said, a philosophy that extended to the walk. At the start of the trial, he poured out his water bottle to revive a wilting plant. It was clear that this would be no ordinary morning. The trek began along a grassy track lined with taro plants. Watercress covered the surface of a dam, and chickens strutted at the trail's edge. And slowly the cultivation yielded to thickening rainforest as the trail climbed into the mountains. Following a path originally used by Islanders to get to the base of Lofty, the Rua Manga Scar Peak.
Well done. Thank you. Okay, so don't forget to have your mic mute. Sorry, your mic muted. I can't talk today. What's wrong with me? If you're not speaking. So Shafar, let's go through a couple of words with you. That was great reading. Just a few little things. So the first one is revive. Revive.
Revive.
Well done. And then we have this one here, which is scratched.
Scratch.
Great. Climbed.
Climb.
And the last one is sacred.
Sacred.
All right. So there you go. You can have a look at that picture. Any questions about the vocab and in this little part?
Let me begin by just a sacred pig. I don't know, is the place or something.
All right. So can anyone explain? First of all, a peak is like the top or the summit of something. So a mountain, for example, will have a peak, and that's the highest point. Or it could be a hill. It doesn't have to be that big. But what's a sacred peak? Does anyone want to try and explain that?
It's a special value, like a religious.
Exactly. That's really beautifully put, Adrian. Well done. It has special religious or cultural to some. So in this case, it's probably cultural, but also religion is mixed in, depending on the beliefs of the people.
The culture.
Any other questions?
Teacher, what does watercress mean?
Watercress is a plant. It's actually something that you can eat. It's a green plant. It grows in water. It has a sort of peppery flavour, and it's a bit like lettuce, but sort of stringier. So it's a certain type of plant. As is taro, which I think you probably realise because it says plants after it. Any other questions? No. All right. Let's continue. We're going to give Adrian another reading bit because he had such a short bit at the beginning. He started us off really well. Adrian, if you can go here from tree roots, please.
Okay. Tree roots growth across the track, providing both obstacles and rungs as the climb steepened along a sharp-tipped spur. Pa walked at the head of the group, striding along easily but never speaking. I only talk to one person when I hike, and that's God, he said. I tell everybody, if you want to talk to God. Don't talk to Pa. The silence ended atop the right as hikers paused to recover their breath, and Pa pulled out containers of fresh tropical fruit. Up here, with views along the knife-sharp ridge, his stories were plentiful. Sitting beside a coconut palm that looked incongruous among the cloud forest, Pa explained that he planted the tree in 2007 to celebrate the birthday of a hiker in one of his groups. She'd turned 96 that day.
Thank you. Great reading, Adrian. Okay, so you had some tricky ones there, didn't you? Let's go through just a couple. You did really well. Just a couple of weird, unusual sort of words, but good descriptive words. So the first one here is sharp-tipped.
Sharp-tipped.
Perfect. We'll talk about the meanings in a second, everybody. This one here is striding.
Striding.
Yep. And then this one, you said it correctly the first time. It's a top.
A top. Okay.
Yeah. And then this one here gave you a couple of problems. This word here is ridge, and then we have ridge line.
Okay. Ridge line. Ridge. Okay.
Perfect. And the last one, just be careful about paused. It sounded a little bit like posed. So he paused. He didn't pose, I don't think. Posing is when you like take a position, yeah? Like pose for a photo.
Okay.
No, but he paused.
Pose.
That's better. Okay, so let's ask. There must be some vocab here that's unfamiliar to somebody. Do you want to talk about it?
Growth.
Okay, which one?
The first one, the tree roots grow.
Groped. Yeah, groped.
Rope.
Does anyone know what to... It rhymes with rope, right? Grope, rope. So does what to... No? Okay, so there's
Grope
two...
means,
Difficult.
Yeah?
to grope means probably to embrace something, to tie up, like I don't know what that means, but I can't explain it in English very well.
No, you're doing great. You've got the right idea. It's tricky to describe because it has kind of quite a deep meaning. Basically what it means is that you are using your hands to try and find or feel something or touch something, but you can't see what you're doing really, and it's awkward, it's difficult. So if you imagine it's dark and you want to find a torch and you know it's on the table but you can't actually see it, so you have to move your hand around and try and grab it. That's what groping is. But it also does have another kind of meaning which has a bit of a sexual connotation, so just be careful of that. If you grope somebody, it basically means that you touch them inappropriately.
Okay.
So there's two meanings for that, guys. Obviously, this one's the first meaning. Okay. Any other questions? No? Can someone explain the word striding? Anyone know what that means?
To
walk easily.
Sorry?
Is this a walk?
It is a walk, Samuel. What kind of a walk?
Walk?
Yep, a special kind of walk. How is it special?
A slowly walk? No.
Not slowly. Actually, all it really means is that you take really big steps. So there's a long space between each of your feet. So if you're tall, you generally slide. It means that you end up walking quite fast because you're going further than everybody else. All right, and what I would like to do for the last couple of minutes is ask, who shall I ask? I'll ask Rafa. Rafa, what's this last part that we've just read? What did we learn as sort of special things about this guy? Strange, maybe?
It's relating what happened when they are trekking to the mountain. Pa were in the first place walking ahead and never speaking, and she told to the group that he only talked with God.
Yeah.
And also say if you want to talk to God, don't talk Pa, because he's a very spiritual guy, I think, and also he's making a walk very silence, with a lot of concentration in what they are doing. And this is a kind of a spiritual walk in this part of the world. In my opinion, is very interesting. Everything about this guy Pa, how they arrived this island, how he grown, and also what he's doing with his life, teaching to every people what another lifestyle that they could have.
Yeah, absolutely, Rafa. I agree. That's kind of why I chose it, because I have heard a lot about hiking, but this sounds like a special kind of a hike. I think different, and it's unusual, his whole life story, but also the way he deals with it. Does anyone else? Let's ask Ismail. We haven't heard from you, Ismail. What do you think of his strategy, his methods, his style of hiking?
I think it's a good method because you need more air when you hike. It is difficult for your body, and if you talk, you lose some energy for talking, and you need more energy when you hike up in a difficult trek route.
Terrain, difficult terrain. Is what we say. Yeah.
Terrain.
Good point, Ismail. Very practical. It's probably better, especially if I was on the hike. I wouldn't be able to talk anyway. I'd be going, yeah, okay. So you just keep in your mind. But I think it sounds quite cool, and considering it's not that far away from me, could be interesting. So we're gonna have to finish, guys. It's the end of class. I don't want to hold you up in case you've got other classes booked. So what I will say is, really good reading today. Well done from everybody. Check out the chat box for the important words from today's lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. It was great seeing you all, and if I don't see you before the weekend, I hope you have fun at the football. So take care, everybody, and have a great end of the week.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
See you.